I want to go backwards. You were talking about when a man yells at a woman.
Anger, yes.
Anger is terrible, and then obviously we have a conflict. I was hoping you could review or tell us how, when you have that conflict, how do you get back to being in a loving place and resolve it?
Okay, so the first step, and I did the whole answer, was just explain one thing, but it takes a lot of backup, is that men, when you're angry, you're becoming a pussy. Just to put it in language that men can relate to. You're wimping out. You're not some tough guy. You're insecure, and you're showing your insecurity. And over time, women will fear you, but they think you're being a baby. They want you to be a man and don't be so sensitive and get your feelings hurt all the time. But hey, guess what? We are more sensitive. Our feelings do get hurt. Then we get angry. So what do you do to come back to your masculine side? Is you first recognize, if I talk to the person I'm angry with, my estrogen will continue to increase. So that's it. If my wife sometimes starts doing something and saying stuff which I could argue with, I just don't speak. And I say, help me understand that better. Help me understand that better. What else? And if my anger starts to rise more, I put some effort into separating my feelings to hearing her. She needs to experience some effort on your part. And then I basically say, I hear you. And the conversation's over. And we have an agreement that when I say I hear you, she stops talking to me. Because women think that if I get him to talk more, he'll feel better. Because the truth is, if women can feel safe to express whatever they feel, they always feel better. But if men feel safe to express whatever they feel and they're angry, they don't feel better, except if their partner submits and their partner goes, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm bad, I'm no good, you're right, I'm the worst, I should shut up. And there you lose all the equality in the relationship, where a woman goes too far to her female side. So female without masculinity at all. Remember, I'm saying women have both. But if a woman suppresses her masculinity to go over to just female, which is yielding, okay, I bow to you, you're right, I won't do that anymore, tell me what I did wrong, I will change. Okay, that's giving up her authentic self in order to nurture him. So it's sort of an extreme feminine moment there, but it doesn't help him at all learn to manage his anger. And of course, it destroys the equality of a relationship, which is both people have equal rights, and we have to figure out the right compromises. But we don't have equal rights when it comes to expressing our feelings, only because it's stupid for a man with a different biology to be upset and to talk. Because what happens, as soon as you're angry, just to know biologically speaking, your testosterone is turning into estrogen. It's starting to spike. Now your brain is being filled with emotion. You can no longer have clear thinking. What will happen is the blood goes to the limbic system, the middle part of the brain, which is often called the monkey brain. And in there, we have what's called mirror cells. And these mirror cells will mirror back whatever you see. Monkey see, monkey do. Monkey hear, monkey repeat. This is the child part of the brain that develops in childhood. Well, we have this part of the brain that develops later. But when you have estrogen going up and you're a man, it activates these mirror cells. So whatever she feels at you, she has 5 complaints for you. You've got 5 complaints back, and you can't help it. You can't, it's just your brain is flooded because you've engaged this conversation. And then she will have 5 more complaints about you, and you have 5 more complaints about her. So that's this ping pong game, back and forth, back and forth. We have to recognize as men, we do have an exit, and an exit is so wonderful. I was just in an event, and they had these hyperbaric chambers. You have to get in this little chamber and they zip you in, and it's kind of like claustrophobia. And I said, do people get claustrophobic? He says, no, because any moment you want to just open it, you can. And that's all it takes, is if you're feeling kind of confined, if you feel I can get out of here, then you relax more and you can handle it better. Well, if a woman's talking at you and you have this agreement that when I say I hear you, I'm walking out of this room and you're not going to say another word. And not only are you not going to say another word, you're going to appreciate me for not allowing this conversation to go even further, because all I'm going to do at this point, if you say another word, it's beyond my conscious control here. I'm just stacking up my complaints at you. And I don't want to complain about you. I want to feel connected to you. And, you know, I'm thinking about all the women listening who are dating. And the same parallel happens when you have sex right away with a guy. Women have so much pressure today to have sex right away. They actually think they want to have sex right away. It's like, oh, I get to freely express myself. I'm independent. I do what I want. Well, yeah, you can. That's going into your male side. I'm not going to in any way judge that. But you also can hurt yourself because you can suppress your female side in doing that. Because what will happen is when a guy's turned on to you and you're like interested in having sex with him, you're saying yes to having sex with him, he is going to feel his testosterone is going to surge. He's now alpha monkey, you know, okay, the women want me. I did that. I mean, then what happens is because you have no connection on the heart, you have no connection in the mind, you don't really know each other, you haven't spent time together, he hasn't done anything to bond with you socially. There's no social bonding, there's no pair bonding. It's just you're having sex. What happens biologically to men after they ejaculate is there's no attraction. He will like you less, period. He will, maybe 3 or 4 times it will take, but then suddenly he doesn't want to call back. He doesn't want to be close to you. He's going to be interested in some woman that he hasn't ejaculated with. That's the new conquest. So go slow. Let it be bonding. Do it when you feel ready. And what does it mean when you feel ready? This is the test. Ask yourself, if I have sex with him and he never calls me back, am I okay with that? That means you're having sex because you want to have sex. Not that you're having sex in order to get him, in order to capture him, in order to get him to commit to you. Because this is like, you know, if you're going to have sex, it should be because you want to have sex. And if you really want to have sex, then you will be so satisfied that he will like you more. But it's because you're in that place where he's already bonded with you in your heart and your mind. So those two factors come together. Very important to slow it down. And what women need to know is when a guy's making pressures on you, let's have sex, oh, come on, it'd be fun, everybody else is doing it, whatever, what, you don't like me, why are you a prude? All these kind of things guys will do. Yeah, that's what they feel, that's what they think. It's your job. Their job is to find their way in, and your job is to let them in at the right time for you. But the men have so much like pressure on them, like they're supposed to score. All the women are saying, yes, why aren't you doing it? They get their feelings hurt. How do you keep from hurting his feelings when you reject him sexually? This is brilliant. You can have your own words for saying this, but the bottom line is something like this. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited kissing you and touching you, but I can't have sex yet. I mean, I want to have sex. I mean, I'm so turned on to you. I just need to take time. I know for me, I need to take time. And he said, but why? But why? And you said, I don't know. I just have to go slow, but then I'll really enjoy it more. But right, I want to have sex with you so much. Boom. I mean, that's all he needs. Okay, she wants me. I mean, literally, I was at Burning Man. I'm a married guy. I don't have sex with other women. But I was at Burning Man, and my wife didn't want to go. And so all these women were knocking on my trailer and wanting to have sex with me and everything. And I said, nope, nope, nope. But I was totally satisfied just knowing they all wanted to have sex with me. I mean, that was fantastic. I mean, this is – so women need to know the fact that you want to have sex with him, he has scored, whether he has sex with you or not, you know. So just keep that in your back pocket. Another thing to know as a woman is that if a guy takes you on a date, you don't owe him anything. You've given him already what men want more than anything as a woman, to say, I'm interested in you, I'm open to you, and I'm happy in your presence. If you could be happy in the presence of a man, it's worth more than any meal he can buy for you, any date he can take you on. So just on that level of transaction, no, you do not owe him anything. Because some of these guys think you do because they're on their girl side. Why do you hate this you? Why are you giving me that, blah, blah, blah. Just don't buy into that. You have already given. You pair bonded. And what you gave in the pair bonding is you had a good time. The ultimate gift a woman can ever give a man, whether you're dating or married, is to feel like, oh, he provided something wonderful for me, and I am happy as a result. What a great gift you can give to men. It's hard for women to understand, because if I say to my wife, oh, honey, I'm so happy because of you, and you know, she's happy if she's already happy. But if she's in a bad mood and I say, I'm just so happy sitting here on the couch watching TV and having you cook dinner for me, and I don't have to do anything around here and you do everything for me, isn't this a wonderful life? She'll get more mad at you. Because basically, for a man, testosterone, the key hormone for us, it increases when we're successful. That's everything for a man. It's about success. And for women, everything is about love. When she feels loved, when she feels seen, when she feels heard. And really at a biological level for a woman, everything is about safety. To feel that he is taking care of her. He cares about her. He wants to protect her. I was talking to one woman. She was saying she got so turned on when she moved in with this guy because he always locked the door when they were home. He locks the door all the time. You don't want anybody to get in. It's like, for men, you think, what's important about that? She got all turned on by it. It's this extra thing. And, a few times I've left the garage door open when I left, and my wife was so upset, and just like, I have to go in and check out the house, but, we men don't live in a world of fear. Women live in a world of fear, like you can't even imagine. So those little efforts to create safety make all the world of difference. But the key thing is that we talked about listening and making it safe for her to share how she feels, what she thinks, without a man becoming angry. So to finish the question, it's a big chapter in the book, is what he does is to recognize, I have an escape, take your time, and then do something simply to increase your testosterone, whatever that might be. And there's a whole list of different things to increase your testosterone. Here's a few. You can do push-ups. You can meditate. You can watch a football game. And what you're doing is you're purposely forgetting whatever upset you. You're distracting your attention. You're saying to yourself, I'm not worrying about that. I'm going to build my testosterone up. When it's up, your heart opens. You'll start to feel, now think about what she said and realize, yeah, you didn't like it, but she loves you. And that's what women do. They're like the weather. They're just not always the same place. And what did you do to make it worse? And what can you do now to make it better? And so what you do is you just, once you're feeling more loving, go in, don't bring up the conversation again. Just go in and be more loving, be affectionate, be touchy, help her out with something, be friendly. And she'll be so fantastic, because for her, the fear is you got angry. Oh my God, he's not going to love me anymore. That's the big deal. All women really want is to feel safe, that they are loved and cherished and cared for. And if you get angry, they lose that. Unless you get angry, stop, don't talk, go away, come back, be loving. Now you build trust over time in a relationship.